want Donald Trump to win, then say Trump 2024. Trump 2024. O's in when we standing on business. I'm a bitch that bar. Underground method.
I did it. I sure did. I voted for Trump. And I'm Latina, half Mexican, half Guatemalan. Means is that I'm for a president that is pro-America. That is for making this place better. Because it's a shit that obviously was not working for us.
Latino or Trump! So far, I'm very, very happy. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Hello guys, and welcome to the J Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about how some Latinos who voted for Trump are now turning around and blaming Black people for not backing them in their protests. I mean, this is wild. We're going to hear some of their reactions and how this is not the Black people fight. If this is the kind of content that you're enjoying, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing this video so it can reach a wider audience. And so without further ado guys, let's go straight into this video. So let's start with the obvious. Trump has never been a friend to immigrants, ever. His entire political brand has been built on demonizing brown and Black communities. He even called Mexican immigrants criminals. Yet, some Latinos still voted for him. Why? Well, a mix of reasons. Some were drawn to his conservative values, others believed he would boost the economy, and some just had anti-Black sentiments themselves and thought aligning with whiteness would protect them. But now, after Trump's latest executive order cracking down on undocumented immigrants, including many Latinos, these same folks are shocked. They thought their support for him would grant them an exception. Instead, they're facing the same treatment that Black and brown communities have been warning them for years.
This is for my Latinos for Trump. I'm about to say something that's going to piss a lot of you guys off, so you might as well unfollow me now before. But just hear what I have to say. Black people in America have been very, very gracious to you all. The civil rights movements for equal opportunity employment started with Black people. The reason you were able to get equal opportunities when you became a citizen and other immigrants, the birthright citizenship, it's because of civil rights movements Black people died and fought for. And we have never shoved it in your face. In fact, most of you don't even realize our civil rights movements are what made you benefit. But still, you thought you were better than the rest because you got close to this proximity. But one thing that you will never be able to do is jump in their skin. We paved the road on which every birthright citizen has walked on. While you gallivanted Latinos for Trump in masses. And now those rights have been signed off, and they want to send you back to your country because they wanted to make sure you knew that you were not part of the club. And you wondered why we were upset about what you chose to do. It's because our ancestors were enslaved, fought, and died for the opportunities that you guys have today to even come into this country and become a citizen, to even vote against your own best interest. So just know, you would have been nothing without us either. I just wanted to put you in your place, since America is as well. I just wanted you to know what our people did for you. So wave your flag as he is taking that birthright from you while we're still on this side of town or country fighting for the right back again. Okay? Don't ever forget where you came from. Okay? Because guess what? They thought you were just good enough to work in a factory or pick cotton. Yeah. Yeah. And now they think inmates and black people are going back to the field. But they got a new thing coming. So next time y'all come back over here to America and use the rights that our ancestors have died and fought for, appreciate it. Now go ahead and wave that Latinos for Trump flag. Be proud that you dismantled the very thing that we died and fought for.
Now, instead of holding Trump and his policies accountable, they're pointing fingers at the black community. So let's talk about how this makes zero sense. One of the main complaints for Latinos for Trump is, why aren't black people standing with them? But let's keep it real. Black folks have been in the trenches fighting against oppression for generations. From the civil rights movement in the 60s to Black Lives Matter today, Black communities have consistently been on the front lines against racist policies, police brutality, and mass incarcerations. Black activists have even advocated for immigrant rights because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. But where was the same energy from Latinos for Trump when black people were fighting? I mean, when black people were getting gunned down in the streets by police, did they show up? When we were marching for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and countless others, did they have our backs? Many of these same Latinos for Trump were either silent or actively against black liberation movements. Some even called BLM violent or ungrateful. But now that Trump has turned on them, they suddenly expect solidarity. That's not how it works.
So now you want black people's help. So now you think that black folks should stop what they're doing, i.e. protecting themselves, knowing that this president was going to do the things he did. Imagine that. Imagine being anti-black for months and now acting as if black people owe you to do a single thing you asked them for. Solidarity is not born of emotional extortion. It is born of individuals recognizing nuance and working together collectively, not being forced into a position, not being demanded to use their voice and body for your cause. So now that you, and I'm talking about accelerationist, yes, you cause colonizer, now that you have gotten what you wanted, what do you want from us? What thing is it that you think you can ask us for after your despicable display of anti-blackness? What do you want? Kamala Harris didn't win. Stop talking about her. Doesn't matter. You got what you asked for. There is no solidarity to be had with a person that would rather destroy civil rights legislation fought for in this country through blood, sweat, tears, and lives by black people and allies. Like literally, you all have lost the plot. And if your cause is built on being anti-black, I want no part of it. Some of you lack nuance. You fail to recognize that black people in this country have been undergoing a genocide for almost 400 years. You fail to realize the additional black genocides going on across the world. And so before you come to try to tell me anything about how the silence of black people in this moment is deafening, I'd invite you to realize that when we used our voice and asked for your help, you were conveniently ignorant. So good luck to you. May the odds be ever in your favor. Happy Black History Month.
So we have a discourse going on between I think majority like Mexicans and the black community. And I just have to say to my Mexican people who are asking why the black people are not like protesting with us or whatever, why? Why would they? 92% of their women voted for Kamala. 80% of their community of men voted for Kamala. 60% of Latinos voted for Kamala. And I believe the majority were women and the majority were Mexican. But that number is crazy, considering that Hispanics and Latinos are becoming the fastest growing minority. Like, we are going to be the majority soon. And it's crazy for me to think that number was so fucking low. And now you're asking where the black community is when they're the ones who tried to avoid this. Hello? They tried to avoid this.
One of the oldest tactics in the book is divide and conquer. White supremacy thrives by keeping marginalized communities fighting each other instead of recognizing the true enemy, which is systemic oppression. For years, some members of the Latino communities have been encouraged to distance themselves from blackness, whether it is through colorism, anti-black attitudes, or by aligning with whiteness to gain proximity to privilege. It's the same playbook that was used against Irish, Italian, and Jewish immigrants back in the day. Meanwhile, black people are expected to be default warriors of justice, fighting for everyone else's causes while rarely receiving the same support in return. But solidarity is a two-way street. You can't ignore anti-black racism within your community and then turn around and demand black people show up for you when you're in trouble. They didn't listen when black people warned them that he was dangerous for minorities. Now, when those policies are hitting home, they suddenly want unity. Well, that's a tough sell. I mean, black people have been fighting for their own rights for centuries. Meanwhile, black immigrants also face deportation, but they are rarely included in the conversation. So now, expecting black folks to drop everything and fight for immigration when their own issues are often ignored, it just doesn't sit right. I mean, true allyship isn't about convenience, it's about showing up for each other no matter what. If Latinos want black support now, they need to be there for black issues too. It can't just be help us when we need it, but stay quiet when you do. That's not solidarity. That's just looking out for yourself. At the end of the day, black people don't owe anyone their solidarity, especially when it hasn't been reciprocated. The real lesson here is that aligning with white supremacy will never protect you. It doesn't matter how much you wave the flag, vote Republican, or try to assimilate. If you're black or brown, the system was never designed for you. So instead of blaming black people, it's time for these Latinos for Trump to take accountability, reflect on why they supported someone who was always against them, and recognize that real progress comes from unity and not division. And most importantly, guys, just do better. Anyway, that's it from me. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Otherwise, if you love this kind of content, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video because it helps me grow my channel. And until the next time, guys, the Joy Report